In the past 2 weeks, my English skyrocketed. I'm in Nice, which is south of France right now. I've been traveling in Europe for 2 weeks now. I have a little bit of realization right now, so I wanted to share with you guys about this. I think there are three main reasons why I felt that way. First, environment. I get opportunities to speak English anywhere in Europe. Of course, like I'm in France right now and people speak French. And in Paris, some people don't speak English, but most of people I met speak English. But here I'm in Nice, they don't really speak English. But I can't speak French, so I have to speak English. Some people don't understand it, but there's no way to communicate, So technically, I've been speaking English since I came to Europe. So it's been 2 weeks and I just had an opportunity to speak English all day. So it naturally, my brain shifted from Japanese to English. So I have to speak English. And now it's just English is my main language in my head. And second reason is that I feel more relaxed. I feel more chill to speak English. This is a very interesting point. In my whole entire life, when I was studying English, I felt inferior to European people because whenever I get a chance to talk to European people, they speak English very well. So my European friends, they all speak English well. I was always jealous and I felt inferior to them. But actually, a lot of European people don't speak English. So I feel like, okay, now I'm trying to speak English, which is one of the most languages for Japanese people because grammar and like a lot of things, the phonetic symbols are totally different from Japanese, right? So I'm getting confidence and that's the biggest thing. And I realized that this is really important because a lot of Japanese people think that their English is not good enough compared to other countries' people. When you look at the majority, yes, that's true, but you can't speak English because of your mind. I'm very embarrassed to speak my English. I don't like my accent. Yeah, something like that. So it's all about your mind and what you're thinking. You're overthinking yourself that your English is not good enough. And that prevents you from improving your English. Once you overcome the fear and worry, I promise you that your English will skyrocket. Number one thing that when you speak English, the most important thing is to be confident. Once you get confidence, everything gets easier. And the last reason is having fun. I'm really having fun talking to people here because I want to experience the real culture and I want to know what it's like, living in France or living in London, what the people are like. That's the thing that I want to experience in the new countries that I'm traveling. So basically, I'm really enjoying having conversation with people, like at the cafe or at the hotel or at the beach or in the streets. Like I try to talk to people and have some chat. Because yesterday I went to pharmacy to get toothbrush and I didn't know where the toothbrush is. I asked the person where it is and then I knew she was not a worker there. I thought she was French, and then I tried to talk to her and then we had a small talk like, where are you from, what are you doing here, are you traveling here? And she was from Vancouver, Canada, and I said like, I've been to Vancouver and I stayed in my friend's house in Surrey. And she reacted like, what, really? Have you been to Surrey? I'm actually from Surrey. We just had a small conversation for a couple of minutes. This small conversation is actually meaningful because you're trying to make conversation. You're trying to speak English, except like talking with the waitress or talking with the people at transportation. You can talk about a bunch of different stuff. At the moment, I don't really care about how good my English is. Like I don't really care. Yeah, because I want to know about them first. And to have a conversation, you need English. English is a tool. I strongly feel that English is just a tool here. It's not about how good your English is, and nobody cares about your English, and that's the most important thing. And I can feel relaxed and chill to speak English and have a conversation with them. And of course, in some situation, there are some words or phrases that I don't know how to say, but it's okay. You can look it up after, and it's not a big deal. And don't be stressed out of the situation that you can't say anything. Just take it easy. There are many reasons that I thought my English is getting better, but from now on, I've been saying this all time in other videos. I really strongly agree with that opinion that you should make an environment to surround yourself with English. So how important for you to create the space that you speak English the most of the time. And if you go abroad, of course, people don't speak your language. So basically, whenever you go out and try to talk to people, you speak English, right? And that's a good thing. So based on these facts, it's better to go abroad, or like studying abroad is good. You go to Europe by yourself or whatever, that's a good thing. thing. But some people say going abroad is not meaningless because, okay, for example, if you go to America, if you don't really try to make the opportunity to talk to people, the chances to speak English is limited. It's basically, okay, if you are a traveler, so you stay at the hotel, so you're gonna have a conversation with the reception, and then you go to bed, and then maybe you go out to have some lunch or breakfast, and then you're gonna have a conversation with barista or workers. So these three situations are mostly you encounter when you go abroad. And other than that, if you don't try to make a situation to speak English, so there's no chance. It's very limited. A lot of people are shy to talk to people, and a lot of people think that not making any chances to talk to people, and then just time goes for like 6 months or 1 year, and then when you go back to Japan, your English is not improved and your English sucks. Some people say, okay, my studying abroad is not a good thing, like, okay, there's no meaning to go to abroad, blah blah blah, that's kind of stuff. When it comes to situation, you can have many situations like that in your country, in Japan, because a lot of people are coming to Japan right now, traveling or studying or working. You know, there are apps, internet services, so you can have as many as opportunities as you can. So it really doesn't matter if you go abroad. But if you're an adult, if you work for a Japanese company, it's very difficult for you guys because most of the time from maybe 9 to 5 at least, you think things in Japanese because you work as Japanese, you speak Japanese all day. So for the rest of the time, you have to switch your brain to English. And this is very difficult. The reason why it gets very difficult for adults to be able to speak English is because they don't really have time. You don't really have time to spend studying English, learning English, thinking in English. It's all about that. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are extroverted, you should definitely go abroad and just explore things and living in different countries. And that's how my English got better. In the next 2 weeks, the trip will continue, and I'm really excited to explore. If you're an adult and if you're stuck studying English, or you don't know how to study English, you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do, I made an English roadmap from zero to be fluent. You can exactly know how to study English step by step. So if you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, if you're advanced, it doesn't matter. Go to the description and you can click the link below and I'll send it to you for free. And thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in my video, please subscribe and give me a like. So I'll see you in the next